is being saluted here tonight. That's Danielle Lawrie, the star of the show all year long. As far as the Huskies were concerned, as they are being saluted by the Mariners here this evening. There they are, getting off the bus just 15-20 minutes ago, arriving at the ballpark as we get set to play baseball. And what a night we have for a baseball game. It has been unbelievable here in the Pacific Northwest as Danielle, her opening pitch, yes sir, underhanded right to the catcher there. And I think that was Sean White, wasn't it? Sean White, former Husky, was the man that caught the baseball out there. So now we concentrate on tonight's game between the Mariners and the Minnesota Twins. As first of all, we'll look at the Twins lineup.
For the Minnesota Twins tonight, they have a couple of guys in their lineup that are really off to great starts. You have Span leading things off. Then it's Maurer. You see the .431 average. Morneau, Kubel, Greedy, Harris, Busher, Gomez, and Casilla hitting ninth.
Felix Hernandez getting the start for the Mariners tonight, and this may be his year. I mean, we have waited on him to just kind of take the ball and run with it. He'll get to start tonight, and certainly in his last 3 or 4 outings, it looks like this may be the year he might make a run at 18, 20 wins.
Well, I think you're probably right, Dave. His ERA at one point was over 4. He's worked it down to a 3.4. His demeanor on the mound has been terrific. His stuff has been outstanding. In his last 3 outings, he's been very difficult for all the hitters. And I think the biggest thing, again, is his fastball command, Dave. It's been outstanding.
The Minnesota Twins coming off a win yesterday against the Cleveland Indians. And when you look at that Minnesota lineup, particularly the top 4 in the lineup, I don't know of another top 4 that has mashed the ball as much as the Minnesota Twins. So let's have a look at the Minnesota Twins lineup.
Take a look at Maurer, what he's done so far this year, hitting .436. Overall, against Felix, he's hitting well over 600 on the year. So he's been the guy that's really given Felix the most problems. Now, because of that, you would really like to see him do some work with Gomez and Casilla. You can see they're the 2 guys that have struggled. He can't afford to put those guys on. See the numbers for Felix, his ERA to 3.41. Take a look at the guys that are going to play behind Felix tonight in the outfield. Is Valentin getting the start left, and Gutierrez and Ichiro. Then it's Beltre, Cedeno getting the start at shortstop. Lopez and Branyan on the right side, and Rock Johnson is behind the plate.
So Felix taking his warm-up tosses, a record of 5-3, and that very fine earned run average of 3.41. This is the final meeting, the final series of the year between these 2 ball clubs. The Mariners have won 3, and the Twins have won 4. So the M's trying to at least get even on the season series with a W here tonight. Denard Span will step in and lead it off for the Twins. Just one of the first 4 hitting over 300. Span can fly. He has a dozen stolen bases, and he is 1 for 2 against Felix Hernandez. So the Mariners with some work to be done here. And it looks like they have some hay to be made if you look at the schedule coming up for the next couple of weeks or so. They don't play too many ball clubs that are over 500.
No, they just had Baltimore, which they were beating them 2 out of 3. Now they're going to go to Baltimore. And then, of course, they get an interleague schedule, and the Mariners, for whatever reason, have always played an interleague.
And Span taking a strike. We are underway. Jerry Davis is the man calling balls and strikes tonight. And a fly ball to center field, and Gutierrez is going to make the easy catch and an easy run over to his right. So 1 down. 65 degrees at game time. That's exactly 20 degrees cooler than it was on Wednesday night. Did you get that storm that came through last night?
The wind?
Man alive.
A little bit of rain, not much, but a lot
of
rain.
No, I'm talking about the drop in temperature.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Drastic drop in temperature in about half an hour or so. Here's Joe Maurer hitting .625 against Felix Hernandez. And Joe, of course, missed the first 23 games on the disabled list. The pitch is down low, ball 1, and still is hitting .436. Nobody's had a 400 year since the great Ted Williams back in 1941. And you think he can make a run at it?
I think that he can. I think because he missed the games early, he's not going to get the number of at-bats that he normally would, which would make it more difficult. He's a patient hitter. He'll hit the ball all over the place. If you look at the 12 home runs, 10 of them have either been to center field or towards left. And so why not? He runs well for a big man, too, and he's going to get the ABs because they will DH him on day games following a night game, even though he is their catcher. He'll DH. So I think playing in the Metrodome, why not? He's already won a couple of batting titles.
Right. And a .414 career batter against Seattle. And a fly ball popped up. And again, Gutierrez has a chance to come in and make the easy catch. So 2 outs. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Got a good piece of the plate. And another tough cookie. Justin Morneau, the only player in the business with at least 15 doubles and 15 home runs on the season in both legs, hitting .348. Change. Not too many guys throw 90-mile-an-hour changeups, but Felix does.
He does. When he's feeling good, his fastball will be in maybe 96 miles an hour.
And an easy play for Ronnie Cedeno. And an easy first inning for Felix Hernandez. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom half of the first inning, and Ichiro will be first up to try to go to 28 in his streak. And Ichiro ground ball has now 27-game hitting streak. Hot shot ground ball into the hole, and little doubt about it. So there it was, number 27 for Ichiro. He's about ready to embark on another mission tonight against Mr. Liriano, Francisco Liriano, against whom he is a .400 hitter. And here we go. Backing away from that sinker, low and inside, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Hitting .398 in this streak. And that is a strike. Nice 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Ryan Zimmerman of the Washington Nationals, a 30-game hitting streak earlier. Halted in San Francisco. And a fly ball hit into right center field and deep, and back on the ball is a center fielder backpedaling out there, Carlos Gomez, to make the catch for out number 1. Let's look at the Mariner lineup, Mike.
Following Ichiro, it'll be Russell Brandon hitting second again. Then it's Beltre, Sweeney, Lopez, Valentin, Johnson, Cedeno getting the start at shortstop, hitting 8th, and Gutierrez will hit 9th. Take a look at the numbers for Liriano. His ERA pretty high at a 6.6 for him. Still trying to figure things out. You can see the 28 walks.
So Russell Branyan swinging and missing at that change, right in on his hands. 1-1 to count. Francisco Liriano is still only 23 years of age. Just off the inside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Twins beginning to play 2.5 games back of the Tigers in their division, the Central Division. Now they're only 2 back because the Angels have just beaten Detroit by a score of 2-1. Branyan down on strikes. Big swing that time. So quickly 2 down. And a man who's been on fire the last week, really, Adrian Beltre. Man who had the game-winning hit on Wednesday night with the bases loaded. High and outside. One. Outfield respecting Beltre's power. They're very deep, all 3 of them all the way around. Span, Gomez, and Kubel. And a fly ball, shallow right field straight away for Jason Kubel to make the easy catch. Easy first inning for Liriano. 3 up and 3 down. We'll come back and tell you about the second. There is no score. You by Sterling Savings Bank, now more than ever. And by Les Schwab, celebrating over 50 years of pride in performance. Moving to the second inning of play, Jason Kubel taking his strike, the left-handed batting right fielder. Kubel had 2 3-run home runs yesterday against the Cleveland Indians. A ball and a strike on him.
And along with Mauer, he's been a guy, I know for sure last year, swung the bat well against the Mariners.
Nice change. Did he go? He did go. So he's down on strikes. Tried to hold up and couldn't do it.
Well, Felix has pretty good off-speed pitch going again tonight. Nice play by Rob Johnson to keep that ball in front of him. But he's had pretty good feel for his changeup early in the game. See his high low, 95 on his fastball.
Creedy, a routine ground ball. Honest Danielle strike head on over to Russell Branyan. So a couple down on 5 pitches, and here is Brendan Harris, the shortstop, with an 8-game hitting streak coming up to the plate. Twins on a 3-city road trip. From here, they go to Oakland, and then after their series in Oakland, they go to Wrigley Field in Chicago to begin interleague play again against Lupinella's Chicago Cubs. Strike to Brendan Harris. And another one. Foul at the plate.
That one took a bite out of Rob Johnson. We'll have to walk that off. Sometimes they have a little seam on their shin guards where their knees are at. If it gets in between that seam.
I don't know how many big leaguers have ever come out of the College of William and Mary as you get another look at that. But this is one of them where he majored in political science and minored in business. So he's got some gray matter.
Felix so far doing a nice job of throwing strikes. Just 17 pitches for him in the game. 13 of them for strikes.
One and two. And loop down the right field line. That's going to get in for a base hit. As Ichiro goes over to cut it off, Brendan Harris will hold with a single. 2 outs, 1 aboard. Now, following the Mariners-Padres game on Tuesday, June the 23rd, the first 10,000 fans on exit take home a baseball featuring Edgar Martinez's signature printed on this sweet spot. Sponsored by ING Direct. Exit through any of the 4 major gates to pick up this unique collectible. For tickets, visit Mariners.com. 1-0 on Brian Busher. Ball on the strike. Both clubs ahead of the Mariners. Texas and the Angels have both won. Texas knocking off Boston at Fenway 5-1. Angels beating Detroit 2-1 at Comerica. Right on the outside corner. 1-2.
The Angels game, it looks like Irvin Santana has figured things out. He had a nice game today, giving up just the 1 earned run.
And that's going to be back into the stands. Very nice crowd tonight in this 65-degree evening. Going to be well over 30,000 here tonight. Hope to see you tomorrow. A rare Saturday day game tomorrow now. Saturday day game, 1:10 start.
Should be a pretty good pitching matchup tomorrow. Jared Washburn, ERA of a 3.22, and then Nick Blackburn, 3.5 ERA.
a change. Just got a piece. Zach Greinke got lit up tonight for really the first time in Toronto, as Toronto beat Kansas City by a score of 9-3. And the Royals now have lost 8 in a row.
Greinke in that game gave up 5 runs.
Inside, ball 3, 3-2. So Harris goes, and a 3-2 pitch struck him out on a 90-mile-an-hour changeup. So here in the second, a hit, a man left. We go to the bottom of this second with Sweeney, Lopez, and Valentin due up. There's no score. Giving away the annual train here tonight. They have an idea for next year's, Mike, right there.
I like it. Some rally fries. Call it the rally car.
Mike Sweeney leads it off. Ball 1 to him. 1-0. And a fly ball to left field and fairly deep. Span goes back to the track. The wall fly away. I would say fairly deep. Deep enough. Back into the bullpen out there. Mike Sweeney has his 3rd home run of the year. And the Mariners have an early 1-0 lead.
Well, it's nice to get Mike back in the lineup. He's had some back issues this year early on. Give Junior a day off, and he gets a chance to swing the bat. You can see it's a fastball right in the middle of the plate.
Got the head of the bat way out there and got it on the nice sweet spot. The ball's way out of here. And Jose Lopez will be the hitter. That's a 10th home run that Liriano's already given up this year.
Everybody's been talking about him. His fastball is 91.
That's about a 3/4 swing. Rolls it right to Harris. Lopez never did get all the way through his swing at that time.
One of the rare times to see a guy check his swing and actually put the ball in play. It's frustrating as a hitter. You're talking about Liriano. His fastball's 91. He's coming off a Tommy John surgery. He just hasn't quite figured things out. I don't think he has a lot of confidence in his fastball yet.
Valentine's the hitter now. Came down to 87 miles an hour from 92.
Starting to mix in his changeup. Liriano, I've always thought he has had a really good changeup. The report on him is he hasn't been throwing it very much. He likes his breaking ball a little bit better than his changeup so far this year.
And right in on his hands that time. So Valentine, the second out. Ryan Roland Smith is getting a rehab start tonight in Tacoma. And I'm sure after his outing is over, we will get a report on him. He's scheduled to get the start on the 11th in Baltimore. Outside. All 1 ball on the strikes. We understand they gave up 2 runs in the first inning. They're playing Reno tonight. What they want to do is have him throw 100 pitches tonight.
And that's what the most important thing is. He already feels good. He feels like he's ready to go. They just want to get his arm strength up and stretch him out.
And a change. 2-2. Foul. Tampa Bay and the Yankees got rained out in New York. Congratulations to Randy Johnson. Saw that game yesterday, picking up his 300th victory against the Washington Nationals in the first game of a doubleheader in D.C.
How'd he look?
Looked great.
Did he?
Gave up 1 run in 6 innings, and it was unearned. Didn't throw that many pitches. I think he only threw 87 pitches. Then handed a 2-1 lead to the bullpen, and the bullpen finished the job. I think the final was 5-2 in San Francisco. And there are your 300 game winners. Glavine and Randy Johnson, and the 3 guys behind him. Glavine, of course, just let go by the Atlanta Braves. Think somebody's going to pick him up?
Hey, you look at his numbers. I think what I saw on his rehab starts, he had pitched 12 innings and didn't give up a run, but without having seen him throw a ball, I mean, he's not a guy that's overpowering anyway, so I don't think the radar guns are really going to matter for anybody, so why not? If he wants to pitch.
How about 42. Again, an automatic Hall of Famer to my way of thinking.
I think so too.
So Rob Johnson down on strikes. A third strikeout now for Francisco Liriano. Leadoff home run by Mike Sweeney as we go to the third. There it is. And that's the only run on the board so far. The Mariners leading it 1-0.
Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
And welcome back to Safeco Field as we get set to move into the third inning of play. And Carlos Gomez, the center fielder, will start it off. 0-1. As that 93-mile-an-hour fastball foul back and out of play. Shows bunt. 1-1. Deep into the hole, Cedeno and thrown up first, not in time. Couldn't get enough on it. So an infield hit for Carlos Gomez, the second hit for the Twins.
He chops it over Adrian's head. Cedeno does everything he can, gets rid of it quickly, but Gomez runs well. Beats it out pretty easily.
And here is Alexi Casilla, the switch hitting second baseman. It was Casilla who hit the ball at the Metrodome in the first series of the year. High and outside. That catch that Gutierrez made, which is so far the catch of the year, out there in left center field at the Metrodome.
Casilla coming into the game hitting just 163. He actually had been sent down to AAA Rochester for a little while. Now they've recalled him. You're looking at the Twins. Gomez, who's at first base, Casilla, and then Span, the leadoff hitter. All three of them run well. Have to pay a lot of attention to them on the bases.
And these are the guys you got to get out, because the big guys are right behind them. These are guys you want to keep off base.
Absolutely.
Big guys are going to do their damage, I think, anyway.
Yeah, and I think that's really the goal that you should have, is these three guys. And you know what? I mean, they're going to get their hits. The thing you don't want to do is walk guys or hit them with a pitch and put them on. If they earn their way, they earn their way, but you need to make them swing the bats.
One and one. One hopper, slowly hit. Cedeno and off balance throws, not going to get him. So two little infield hits. Tough play. Once it got by Beltre, Cedeno really didn't have much of a shot.
No, he didn't. He wasn't able to get anything on the throw, but chop it and run it out. Now you have all kinds of problems back to the top of the order with Span.
So 2 on with nobody down. And time now for our Aflac trivia question. Back on this date in 1974, Reggie Jackson got in the clubhouse fight with this Seattle native. He injured his shoulder. And Ray Fosse suffered a crushed disc in his neck. Who is the player that Reggie fought? I think I know. I think he still makes his home here in Seattle.
And I think you're right.
I think it's Billy North.
I think so too.
And a bunt down the third baseline, finally kicking off foul. Be alive, because he's going to be bunting again. Get those big boys up behind him.
And he can really run, so you can't afford as an infielder to make a mistake or hesitate on what you're going to do.
And there it is, out in front of the plate. Picked up by Felix and is thrown at first just in time. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Joe Mauer here. First base is open. Mauer, a 600 hitter against Felix. Popped out in the first inning. And if you put him on and load the bases and Justin Morneau comes up, it'd be like playing Russian roulette with a 6-shooter with 5.5 bullets in it.
And Morneau, there he is, the left-handed hitter, MVP, and tremendous power. And without having the ability to pitch around him, can be very dangerous. I think it's, again, another advantage for Mauer in the year that he's having. You have Morneau standing on deck. He's going to get some pitches to hit.
See all the top hitters against the Mariners. This guy's number 1. Change, snap throw to third base. Carlos Gomez is back.
Saw Rob Johnson make that same play the other night.
Getting Aubrey Huff.
Yeah, back in the 6th inning on Wednesday night.
Give him the other one outside here. Set up the double play. I bet he's green lighted.
Oh, I think he is too.
And that kind of the unintentional intentional walk.
Yeah, I think it's one of those deals, Dave, where Felix certainly knows what the numbers are for Mauer against him. I think he'd rather take his chance, see if he can get a double play ball against Morneau.
Well, Morneau hit a double play ball for the final out in the first inning. A hard hit ground ball right to Cedeno. They'd love to get that right here. A couple of infield hits and now a walk. Way outside. Yes, and I'm sure a lot of relatives down there from British Columbia. Missing badly, but all those pitches way outside.
And he's throwing his two-seam fastball. I see his velocity at 93, 94 with that pitch, but he's starting it on the plate and running it off. Home plate umpire Jerry Davis isn't giving him any of the calls, but more importantly, he's trying to get Morneau to chase that pitch and roll over on it, hopefully, and hit a ground ball to Lopez. But Morneau is showing some patience.
Pitches haven't really been that close. 2-0 on Morneau. He was looking grand salami there.
Yeah, he had the driver out that time.
And a fly ball to left field, fairly shallow. Valentine is there. Gomez tagged. Here's the throw to the plate. It's up the line. And so the run comes in to score. Throw on the line would have been interesting. Sacrifice fly for Morneau. '51st RBI of the year for Justin Morneau already.
Valentine has a good arm, does a nice job of timing the catch so he has something behind this throw. He just throws it up the line. Looked like it would have been a pretty close play at the plate if he was able to be a little more accurate with the throw.
So Jason Kubel now the hitter. And Feliz continues to run that two-seamer away. Nice easy play for Branyan, and over there to cover plenty of time is Felix. But the Twins score first here and get one in the third. They leave a couple at the bottom of the third. 1-0 Minnesota.
Seattle Mariners baseball on FSN is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment and dining destination.
Well, a 1-1 tie as we get set to move into the bottom half of the third inning, and Ronnie Cedeno leading it off, and that fastball foul back. 0-1 the count. Cedeno, and then Franklin Gutierrez, and then Ichiro. As the Mariners run coming on the leadoff home run by Sweeney. Sacrifice fly driving in Carlos Gomez for the Twins. And a high butt back over the mound. Not quite over the mound, and not quite high enough to get it over the mound. Thus, Liriano throws him out. Right idea.
Liriano took a couple of steps, or at least one hard step in towards home plate, and Cedeno almost bounces this over his head.
Franklin Gutierrez, who scored the winning run Wednesday, almost hit it out. Ended up getting a triple off Jim Johnson. Kid with some tremendous stuff. But eventually came in to score as Ichiro and Russell Branyan intentionally walked in, and Adrian Beltre, with the infield drawn in, popped one into the hole. Got all three RBIs. The Mariners won at 3-2.
I think if Gutierrez hits that ball earlier in the game, it probably goes out into the deepest part out there at 388 sign up in that corner. Right out in that area. Adam Jones crashed into the wall trying to make the catch.
There's a bullpen helmet and another one. Another one down there. Right to third. Pretty one of the better feeling third baseman in the business makes an easy play of it. Let's give me the answer to our Aflac trivia question. The state in 74, Reggie Jackson got in a fight with this Seattle native. Hurt his shoulder. Ray Fosse suffered a crushed disc in his neck. He was a player he fought with, and we were correct. Pretty good outfielder in his own right. Billy North makes his home here in Seattle. Good little hitter, too. Ichiro taking a little bit outside. Ichiro a fly ball to fairly deep right center field in the first inning. Sitting on 27. And a strike at the knees. Great pitch that time.
Threw him a slider the pitch before to get a strike. Comes back with a changeup.
Perhaps a little bit of a message there, a little chin music for him.
Just gives him something to think about.
Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. As we mentioned, tomorrow day game, Washburn against Blackburn. And then Sunday, of course, another day game. Guard against 8-game winner Kevin Sloy. He's 8-1. Too high.
Looks like Liriano's fastball is starting to get a little bit better here as he's getting into the game. The last few fastballs he's thrown have been 94 miles an hour.
And he lost him down low and outside. First free pass. Russell Branyan struck out in the first inning. Well, Phillies playing the Dodgers tonight in Los Angeles, and the Phillies have been the hot club. In the National League, they've won 7 in a row, but they are in the 3rd inning and leading Los Angeles 1-0.
And it looks like Liriano's starting to get a little better feel for his breaking ball. He's been able to throw it for a strike the last few times he's thrown it to home plate, so it'll be tough at times. They're just going to have to keep grinding away at him. He'll have a big inning. That's been his problem.
Boy, he was hurt. They were talking about him and Santana in the same breath.
Yes. Well, when he showed up, he was 95 miles an hour. A lot of strikeouts right away. A lot of success for him. And then he hurt himself and had to get Tommy John surgery and trying to work his way back. The hope, I would think, because of his age, is that eventually he'll get back to that form.
And a ground ball, base hit. And Ichiro will scoot on to third base. So even with the shift on, Russell Branyan bangs it on into center field. And he continues to hit left-handed pitching better than right-handed pitching.
And I think that's one of the encouraging things with the Mariners and their offensive struggles is that Russell Branyan can stay in the lineup every day. He's the guy that's shown the power with his 12 home runs, but more importantly, he's hitting left-handers, so he's going to give himself more opportunities.
And Adrian Beltre now with 2 down, trying to get the Mariners a lead one more time. Good changeup. another one. Just tacked on about 3 miles an hour. And just low and outside with it.
Another off-speed pitch. See what Adrian's done with runners in scoring position this year. 296, 20 RBIs.
Almost nicked him. Got that one off. Another off-speed pitch.
So far, 5 pitches in this at bat. Everything has been an off-speed pitch. Hasn't shown him the fastball.
There's one.
Adrian's had good success against Liriano. .313 hitter.
Down low and in. 94-mile-an-hour pitch. A lot of movement to that ball. So Brandon will be taking off here. And it's down low that time. An off-speed pitch, and the Mariners have the bases loaded now for Mike Sweeney, who went into the bullpen of the Twins in the second.
And this is exactly what we talked about with Liriano. As you see Sweeney in the home run that he hit in the back of the bullpen. But with Liriano, he has really gotten to a point where all of a sudden he'll just start struggling, and that's where he's at. He gets 2 pretty quick outs here in the 3rd inning, and now he gets a walk, a base hit, another walk. And that's what's been his problem. Now it's up to the Mariners to see if they can take advantage of it.
Rick Anderson, the University of Washington product, out there to chat with him about what's happening here. An easy first 2 outs. A bunt. So Daniel back to the mound, and then Gutierrez hit a sharp ground ball right to Creedy. But a walk to Ichiro. Branyan, even with a shift on, banged one into center field. And now, even though he was ahead of Beltre, he loses him and walks him.
And he's thrown 25 pitches in this inning.
Down low.
He's already had an inning this year where he threw 47 pitches in 1 inning. And that's what we're talking about, working your way through the lineup. The first time he's usually pretty successful, and then things fall apart. Well, this is the second time through for Seattle.
And inside again.
And you can see, Dave, he just doesn't want to throw his fastball. Another breaking ball, throwing a lot of changeups, not being very aggressive where he had been the first couple of innings. He's all of a sudden just changed the pattern of the way he was pitching.
Gardy really working that gum over down there in the dugout. Should get a pitch here. 2-0. that he does, but he doesn't go after it, and that was a straight change.
Changeup, and that's the reason why Mike didn't swing at it. Get to a 2-0 count, looking for the fastball in the middle of the plate, didn't get it, so he just took the pitch.
Pitch tailing away from him.
Another changeup.
Actually, I think tried to stop his swing. 56 pitches so far. His next pitch will be his 30th of the inning. And down low, we've gone as far as we can go right now.
Whoa.
Right between his arm and his shoulder pad. And that saved the run. So everybody takes off now. And a breaking ball swung hard and popped up into straightaway right field, and a nice easy catch out there for Jason Kubel. A threat, a big threat, but that's all. The Mariners lead 3, and as we go to the 4th, it's still a 1-1 tie.
For the AT&T Rapid Rewind. Back here at Safeco Field, Mariners had an opportunity to really do some work against the Minnesota Twins, but it's like that, Mike, the old 22-yard straight-on field goal wide left, and it could come back and haunt.
Or they can continue to make Liriano work. We saw, you get him in a situation where he's really struggling, and you'd like to take advantage of that. A little bit difficult with the 2 outs in the inning, but the thing is it's holding true. You look at the numbers and the pattern that Liriano has gone through, and clubs have had better success as the game has moved on for him, and that was certainly the case in the last inning where he threw 30 pitches.
1-2 to Joe Creedy. Creedy, Harrison, Busher. 5, 6, 7 here in the 4th inning for the Minnesota Twins. Swing and a miss, and Creedy is gone. 3rd strikeout, rung up by Felix Hernandez. 1 down here in the 4th. Brendan Harris is shortstop. The base hit the right. Back in the second inning. Great crowd here at Safeco Field tonight. Expecting more than 30,000. It looks like they got it and then some.
Everybody picking up the 10th anniversary train.
Woo-hoo.
That was pretty good.
Strike one. There were some practices as a child. What can I tell you? Here's a look at the 10th anniversary collectible train. Remember the old commercials? Be the first kid on your block to get the Safeco. This Twins team pesky as ever. Hanging around near the top of the division in the Central. Breaking ball. Spoke to a lot of guys over there, and they're still, you try to forget some losses. They went to New York and lost 4 games, 3 of them in walk-off situations. And they haven't forgotten. That's already a couple of weeks ago. Good fastball. Brendan Harris is gone. 4 strikeouts now for Felix Hernandez.
He has tremendous movement on his fastball tonight. The last one, 95 miles an hour. Take a look at it. Starts it on the inside corner. You can see the bottom fall out of that thing. Woof. That's tough. We're able to throw 95 and have that kind of movement.
Pounding the strike zone very nicely. Here's Brian Busher. He looks at a strike. He swung and missed on a 3-2 pitch back in the second inning. Felix got a good pace going as well. Nice to see a guy getting that kind of rhythm.
I think the thing that you're saying is he knows he has good stuff tonight. We've seen him top out at 97 miles an hour. But I think the important thing is he's able to throw his changeup and his slider for strikes. Seems like when he feels like it. Start gaining some confidence and work at a quicker pace. As you see that last fastball, 96 miles an hour on the outside corner. As a hitter, there's not much you're going to do with that.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the 4th. Mariners had a bases loaded 2-out situation in the 3rd. Couldn't capitalize. Here's a 2-2. Misses away. Take a look at our Quest High speed pitch, and both guys, they're rushing it up there pretty good. Let's take some extra look. A couple of deep breaths. Here we go. 3-2. And they check down the third base umpire, Angel Campos. And Busher's aboard with a walk, the second of the night for Felix Hernandez. 2 outs, 1 on.
Well, you can decide.
He held up.
I thought so too.
Carlos Gomez is going to be the hitter now with 2 outs. Twins got their run in the 3rd. Sacrifice fly off the bat of Justin Morneau. Mariners scored first. Leadoff home run by Mike Sweeney in the 2nd inning.
I think if you go back and you look at the 3rd inning for the Twins, it might be the difference in this game, because you really want to try to keep Gomez, Cassie, and Span off the bases. They ended up getting a couple infield hits. You have the big boys coming up that do the damage, and he was able to get out of that just giving up the 1 run. That's pretty good work.
It was remarkable. We got Morneau to get the sac fly and got out of it with Kubel grounding out. That was huge because Kubel, as you remember, put up huge numbers here last year against the Mariners. 1-1 to the Twin center fielder Carlos Gomez. Pounds one to Cedeno. Short way, inning over. Good inning for Felix Hernandez. Coming up in the home 4th, Lopez, Valentin, and Rob Johnson.
FSN, The Tracer is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Back here at Safeco Field, Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the FSN crew. First of 3 with the Twins. The Twins only visit. Nice commentary on the food over there, eh?
Apparently she didn't enjoy it.
Off the end of the bat of Jose Lopez for strike 1. Lopez, Valentin, and Johnson here in the 4th. Jose grounded out to short. Second inning. Ooh, he swung at one well out of the zone. 0-2. Francisco Liriano, his last win was against the Mariners May 9th. Since then, 0-3 and no decision, an 8.49 ERA. To center field, Gomez going back. Checking where he is, and he's a couple steps from the track. He makes a catch, 1 down. He's a very good runner, covers the ground beautifully out there, just like Gutierrez does. All-star balloting. It's underway, folks, in Ichiro Jr. They're vying for 2 of the 3 AL outfield spots. You can vote up to 25 times at Mariners.com and vote, and you could win 4 tickets to an upcoming game at Safeco Field's All-Star Club, plus 2 autographed baseballs, one signed by Ichiro, the other by Ken Griffey Jr. Vote often at Mariners.com/vote. Here's Valentin showing bunt. Struck out on an 0-2 pitch his first time.
Well, the Mariners were off yesterday, which means you were too. Did you do anything fun? Enjoy the weather?
Absolutely. Enjoyed the hot weather. Here's a drive, a high drive, short left field span coming in. First time in about 5 years. I played 36.
Really?
Yeah. Good fun.
Did you play well?
First time I did. First day.
Should have packed it in.
Yeah, I got greedy. Got greedy. Had fun. Yeah, it was that's really something, man. When you think about what a U.S. Amateur, and they play what championship round, they play 36.
Yep.
That's impressive, man. That's good stuff.
I teed it up yesterday. I had a really nice time in the shade. I was in the woods all day.
Yeah, it happens like that sometimes. Rob Johnson. Heard Mr. Griffey put on a show, huh?
He played well.
74, I'm told. 2-0 to Rob Johnson. In there for a strike. Rob struck out. A long at bat. 9-pitch at bat in his first time up. Breaking ball for strike 2. Liriano seems to have refound some rhythm here.
Well, it goes back to what you were talking about, Dave, and that is you get him in a situation where he's really struggling. You have to take advantage of it. The Mariners were not able to do that.
Swing and a miss, and Liriano has a 1-2-3-4. When we come back, we're going to hear from the national champion, the Washington Huskies, Danielle Lawrie and company, right here at Safeco Field. there's some folks did some work here, Mike.
That is a lot of work. They're on the bleachers.
That's a good deal. They got them up on the big board as well. Teachers in the bleachers. You got to love it. Wish we could find more money in budgets everywhere for teachers. Enough of the soapbox, but it's true.
Maybe that's why they're asking for the French fries.
Right there, Mark Engelbert points out if they were making the big bucks, they'd have better seats. 1-1. Here's Alexi Casilla. They're very glad to have this young man back. Mariners were up in Minnesota for the second time in early May, and he laces one over Beltre's head. Valentin is going to get it in. Casilla with a big turn. And he's on with a base hit. So leadoff man is aboard here in the 5th inning. 1-1 ball game. And we get back to the top of the order. And we are pleased to be joined by Danielle Lawrie, national champion Washington Huskies. Congratulations. How cool is that? Good for you. It's you've had a couple 3 days to sleep on it. I mean, what's that been like?
Well, I haven't got much.
There you go. Good answer.
I've tried.
There's Denard Span.
I have to tell you, with all the great things you did on the mound this year, the fact that you were able to carry this thing around with you all, this is heavy. You've been toting this around with you all day?
Yeah, I think, well, especially when we won it, I wouldn't let it go. So it's about, I would say, 20 pounds, wow, 25 pounds.
Get your work in, huh?
It's beautiful.
Yep.
I don't want to let it out of my sight.
There's a bunt attempt. They're going to let it go foul. And I was happy to see that you took it easy on Sean White in the opening pitch. I was thinking if you were going to bring one, I didn't want you to maybe throw a riser and maybe get away from him.
Well, I heard from him like 3 times when we were in the dugout. Man, what are you going to throw me? What are you going to throw me? I was like, okay, now I'm just going to baby it in there because you're being a baby. So if that's how you want it, fine.
I didn't want anything to sneak up on him, but you did a good job. What was tell me about the pressure once you get to the World Series. What was that like for you compared to most of the regular season and I guess even in the Super Regions?
Well, being there in 07, getting that experience, especially with girls on the team that had that as well, and going into this 09, we have been put through the hardest test, having to go to UMass and having to go and just play a 15-inning game, and I think I pitched 24 innings that day. I mean, it just shows that it is possible. So when you go into the World Series, it's not something where you need to be freaking out because you've been through the worst. And thank God I didn't have to throw 24 innings in a day.
Yeah, I'll bet. Was there one moment in particular that you got over the hump? Because if you don't, you may not get that dub.
Was there a moment?
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest moments for me, there was a couple, but I remember when we played Arizona State and Morgan Stewart hit in that winning run, and seeing her face and how happy she was, and to have a sophomore come in and step up, and just that, it made my heart beat so fast because I was so happy that the young ones stepped up as much as they did.
Span goes down swinging. One out here in the 5th. That's Felix's 5th strikeout. And how about jumping into the lake?
Ew. I can't believe I did it. I smelled like duck poop for a while there.
Well,
Coach Carr went in first.
Good for you.
Ew.
Quick shower, right? Oh, boy.
The locker room smelled great after that.
Hey, it's an experience you won't forget, that's for sure. There's Joe Mauer. Flied out to center and walked. A great hitter. Big spot here for Felix. So who's your favorite baseball player? Player?
Well, I would definitely say Brett Lawrie. He's in the minor league for the Milwaukee Brewers. That'd be my brother.
Very cool.
Favorite. I like
outside of
Morneau.
family.
I like Morneau.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Justin Morneau's a good player.
1-1 to Joe Mauer.
Mike Brower as well.
Joined by Danielle Lawrie up here in the booth. Washington Huskies national champions. What was that ride back from Oklahoma City like?
Well, we got a chartered flight the whole 3 weeks, so they were pretty much first class seats everywhere we went. So we could sleep on the planes.
Bouncing ball, Beltre. Goes to Lopez for one. That's all they'll get. Great takeout slide by Casilla. Good, hard, clean baseball.
Take a look at it. It's a nice play by Adrian Beltre, and this is probably a double play that Jose Lopez should turn. Looks like maybe he couldn't quite get the handle on the baseball. By the time he got a decent grip on it, Casilla went in pretty hard and dumped him. Well, every team starts off with goals and ideas of what you think you can accomplish. How early in the season did you know you were going to be able to go through all that and bring this trophy back with you?
Well, I remember when I was just leaving with the national team and I had that Seattle PI banquet to go to, and I kind of had to give a speech and because I won an award and was thanking everyone, and I said, you mark my word, when we get back from the Olympics, I will help this team win a national championship.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. You did a good job in that speech.
Yeah, and I promised all of Seattle, so good thing I came through.
Just a little bit of pressure. Morneau drove in the only run for Minnesota. Sacrifice fly back in the third.
What's next for you?
I'm taking off with the Canadian team. I'm going to be with them officially June 29th. We'll go to a couple tournaments. We're heading to Venezuela for a qualifier in August. So just going to be getting back with them and seeing the girls and doing the whole Canadian thing.
The 1-1 down low. So how many pitches did you wind up throwing in the tournament?
Well, I think within the whole 3 weeks it was close to 1,600. Yeah.
That's a lot. What do you do after a game? I mean, you isolate the guy, the pitchers here in baseball? Or?
Yeah. The workout, like going back usually into the hotel workout room and doing something just where I work up a sweat so I can stretch and my arm gets rubbed out. But I think you run more on adrenaline than anything when you're in like a championship series.
I would hope, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Jason Kubel's on deck. 3-1 to Morneau. Runner at first. Big pitch here from Felix Hernandez. And Morneau's aboard. It's a third walk for Felix. He's had one in each of the last 3 innings now. And he's got first and second, and he's got Jason Kubel. Kubel had a 6 RBI day yesterday, and Rick Adair, there he is charting the pitches. Kubel put on a power display here last year, so Felix knows what this young man can do. Ron Gardenhire talking to him before the game. He says this kid just hits. He can flat hit.
We've certainly seen that over the last couple of years. The Mariner pitching well.
Ball 1 to Kubel. Kubel a strikeout and a bounce out. 0 for 2. Favorite big league team is?
The Seattle Mariners.
Great answer.
Rick Adair is going to come out and speak with Felix and Rob Johnson. See how they want to approach this with runners at first and second. Could have been just a real quick mechanical thing for Felix. He's 1-0 to Kubel. On deck is Joe Creedy. Here's the pitch count for Felix. Here he comes set. The pitch. Fouled off. 1-1. So you got a pretty busy schedule with the Canadian national team, huh?
Yeah. Well, I get a little bit of time off until June 29th, and then we go all July, and then I think I'm done the 10th of August. So I might go make a trip to go visit my brother and wherever he is and pass off a little bit of experience.
I don't blame you. 1-1. Misses. 2 balls and a strike to Jason Kubel. Felix in a tight spot. Tried to paint outside and missed. Boy, he's got to bring it to Kubel now. 3-1.
He keeps trying to hit the outside corner. He's been very effective at that, doing that most of the game. But in this inning, it's getting away from him a little bit. We talked about the movement on his fastball. He's running a lot. Can't get the left-handed hitters to chase that pitch off the plate away.
Kubel, a 349 hitter here last year, and here's a drive to right field, but it's right to Ichiro. And that'll do it. Danielle, congratulations. Thanks for coming on. I really enjoyed watching you. Congratulations.
Take care of that trophy.
Yeah, that's a big one. All right. Take care. So we go to the 6th inning, to the home 5th in a 1-1 ball game.
Achy Breaky Heart, June 6th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com.
Beautiful night here at Safeco Field. It's been a fabulous weather week during this homestand. 1-1 ball game. Home 5th about to start with Ronnie Cedeno, Franklin Gutierrez, and Ichiro against Francisco Liriano. Back in the 3rd, Mariners had the bases loaded. 2 outs. Couldn't get anything across. That was in the 3rd and the 4th. Liriano bounced back a 1-2-3 inning.
He's actually doing well with his pitch count too, just 71 pitches. That's been a real problem for him. Along with having the big innings, he's throwing a lot of pitches to get through a lot of those innings, and he hasn't been able to work deep in his last 3 games. We talked about just 4 innings in the last 3.
Mariners maybe can build on this. A 4-pitch walk to start the 5th, the 3rd walk of the evening by Liriano. Talking about it, just about everybody over in Twins side. They said when he tries to overthrow, instead of just allowing the regulars, just let the natural sinking motion take its course, and that's where he gets into a lot of trouble.
Well, it looks to me, just from watching him, he seems that at times he really gets away from his fastball. All of a sudden he'll just start throwing a bunch of changeups and breaking balls and not wanting to throw his fastball. And we've seen it tonight. He has a pretty good one, 94 miles an hour.
Absolutely. Gutierrez. Greedy in at 3rd. Bunts laid down. Liriano has the play. Throws to 1st. Sacrifice executed. Quick throw back to 2nd. No play. So another sacrifice for Gutierrez. That's his 8th. Let's take a look at our Cabot Wood Stains legendary performance on this date in '97. Alex Rodriguez became the 2nd Mariners player to hit for the cycle. Mariner fan also won $1 million prize in a radio promotion due to A-Rod's feat. Not too bad. Game was at Tiger Stadium. A-Rod got a triple in the 8th and a double in the 9th.
It was a hustle double too. I can remember a little flare into right field, and he ended up hustling and getting into second base to get that fan the $1 million.
That's impressive. Chance for Ichiro. Pick up a run and extend his hitting streak to 28 games. He shows bunt. Ball 1. Latest news, they can't save Old Tiger Stadium. The rest of it's going to be coming down shortly. Cedeno's the runner at second. Ichiro tips one out of play. So Ronnie Cedeno with that sacrifice gives him 8. Ties to the club lead. With Yuyevsky Betancourt getting a night off. Gutierrez with that sacrifice ties Betancourt. Pulled down the line, but foul.
It's another thing that we're starting to see from Ichiro. He's starting to turn on the ball a little bit more. Take a look at it. It's fastball inside. Pulls it foul. A lot of time with 2 strikes, he'll just try to fight that pitch off. He's starting to get a little more aggressive on the inner half of the plate.
Ball at 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second. Mariano taking a lot of time. Here we go. 1 and 2. They move the runner up. Tough play. Casilla. He just gets Ichiro. 2 down.
Great play by Casilla. So even though he's been struggling swinging the bat, makes a nice defensive play to get Ichiro. He knows he has to hurry. Makes a really nice play.
Good comeback for this young man, Casilla.
Take a look at him. Charge this hard, and he'll end up on the ground. Momentum going all the way over to first base. Nice play.
See his young man, it's turned it around. Wasn't hustling. It wasn't really hitting the ball well. Affected his play in the field. And they wound up sending him down for a spell. He went down to minor leagues and has since come back, and they're glad to have him back. Russell Brandon 1 for 2. Third consecutive game now for Brandon, batting in the 2-hole. Got the lead run 90 feet away. Did he check? He did. Came close. 2-0. Mariner run on a Sweeney homer in the second, leading off. Morneau, a sac fly in the third, tied it up. Down low to Brandon. 3-0 to Big Russ. Adrian Beltre on deck. Beltre with a big game a couple of days ago, driving in all 3 runs. 3-2 win over Baltimore. 3-1 to Brandon. Inning started with Cedeno with a walk. He was sacrificed to second by Gutierrez. Moved to third on the Ichiro ground. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2.
Good slider from Liriano.
Liriano's struck out 4, walked 3. Giving up just 2 hits. Full count to Brandon. And now the Mariners have runners at first and third. Another big time scoring opportunity. 4th walk.
Adrian's been a hot hitter the last couple of weeks. Things are really starting to turn around for him. Had a really good at bat back in the 3rd inning where he ended up working a walk. Liriano was throwing him a lot of change-ups. See if maybe Adrian can sit on one of them.
Well, it's come a long way since that 0 for 23. Entered tonight a .368 hitter. His last 13 down low. Ball one. Twins only visit here to Safeco's. Look at the hitting coach, Alan Cockrell, working a lot with Adrian Beltre. 1-1. Beltre is hard a worker as there is in all of baseball, and as toughest guy I've ever seen in all of pro sports. Stayed off at 2-1.
Liriano was really careful with Branyan. Looks like he's doing the same thing with Adrian now, trying to make perfect pitches. That can get you in trouble sometimes.
2-1. Good breaking ball. Beltre angry with himself. 2-2. We got Jesse Crane starting to warm up. Two balls, two strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Swing and a miss. Beltre and the Mariners are gone in the 5th. Couple of runners stranded. Score remains 1-1. Is brought to you by Taco Del Mar, over the $4.99 Mondo Burrito. By Lithia, a better car buying experience starts at lithia.com. And by Wittenberg, Ordinary Brothers Extraordinary Beer. Clouds moving in here at Safeco. Comfortable night nonetheless, 1-1. As we go to the 6th inning, Joe Creedy will lead it off. Creedy, Harrison, Boucher. Mike, you're on Rally Friday time.
A lot of good signs in the ballpark tonight.
Felix Hernandez work. No foul out of play. Oh, 0-2. And the winners are. Get him to hold up the sign. Creedy goes fishing. He's gone. 6 strikeouts for Felix Hernandez against 3 walks.
Welcome back home. Good to have you here at the ballpark tonight.
And we thank you for your service. 1 out here in the 6th. Always good to see service folks coming back from Iraq. Swing and a miss by the shortstop, Brendan Harris. 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a base hit to right and a strikeout. 1-1 ball game. Morneau's sac fly in the third was the answer, the Twins' answer to a leadoff home run by Sweeney in the second inning. Back up the middle. That's a base hit. So Harris on an 0-1 pitch gets aboard for the second time. 5 hits now for the Twins. Here's Brian Busher, the DH. Busher coming off an 0 for 4 in the series against Cleveland. That's their strike. Ball club has had a lot of bad luck on the road, just 6-16 away from the Metrodome. Felix Hernandez, 5-3, a 3.41 ERA of his last 2 games. A win and a no decision, a good-looking ERA at 0.63. This is away 1-1. Tomorrow marks the 65th anniversary of D-Day. Foul ball. 65 years ago tonight, we had a lot of guys who were very anxious off the shore of, I guess that would be Southampton, getting ready to sail across the English Channel, begin the liberation of Europe. And that's one of the most significant dates in the history of mankind. And there are not very many survivors still left. God bless the ones who are. Matter of fact, there was a story in the news today. I think the guy in Chicago was headed over there with a group and left his doggone passport in a cab. And luckily, the cabbie returned. He was able to.
That is lucky.
Yeah. Line drive left field, base hit. Twins have 2 on with 1 out.
Here we go again. You're getting to the dangerous part. We're going to try to keep the hitters off base. A flare into center field and this little flare into left. Last time Felix was in trouble, real trouble, was back in the third, which started with a couple of infield hits.
Gomez and Casilla. Here's Gomez again. He scored on a Morneau sacrifice fly.
You look at the averages for these guys, you don't see where the trouble is. The problem is if they get on base, then they have to deal with Mauer and Morneau and Kubel, the 3 left-handed hitters that have really done a job on the Mariners so far.
Mariners have not turned to twin killing. They're due. I'd love to get one here. Felix comes set. The pitch. Airborne. Ichiro, long run. He's there. Runners hold. Big out. Big out. 2 down. Talking about his hitting all the time, but never underestimate grace and the athleticism and just the flat out speed of Ichiro in right field.
And that's a great point because he covers a lot of ground, and typically most right fielders aren't going to be able to cover the kind of ground that he does. More of a power position, so the guys are a little bit bigger, don't run quite as well, but he covers a lot of territory out there. And the Mariners really, even when Ballantine runs pretty well too, but when they have Chavez out there, that outfield with Gutierrez, those guys are going to run a lot of fly balls now.
Totally made for this park too. Pitcher's Park, big alleys. Great setup. Now Casilla's been tough. It's 2 for 2. Harris at second. Busher at first. 2-0. So Garcia getting back into the swing of things with the 2 for 2. He's added 17 points to his batting average. He's going from $163 to 180. Talented ball player. Time's called.
Not sure what the discussion is about. I would think that Felix would want to be pretty aggressive with Cassie, even though he has the 2 hits tonight. Span a more accomplished hitter, hitting .307 coming into the game at the top of the order.
I get the feeling these guys are going to be right in the thick of things in the Central Division. Pulled right to Branyan, just what the Mariners needed. Felix covers. He's out of the jam. Score remains 1-1 here at Safeco Field. When we come back, Sweeney, Lopez, and Valentin. Coming up. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Washington Lottery's Match 4. Angels come back with 2 top 9 to win at Detroit. They beat Rodney, the top closer over there. Texas 5-1 over Boston. Nice road win there. And Oakland taking it out on Baltimore 9-0. They put up 6 in the first inning. Good crowd tonight, 35,808. Mike Sweeney to lead it off. Sweeney laying one down, but Mauer's all over it. One down. Didn't get it out far enough.
Well, a little bit surprising. What he tried to do was bunt a little bit harder down the third baseline. Take a look at the way the infield was set up. The third baseman, Creedy, was playing pretty deep. Take a look at it. Just kind of kills it out in front of home plate. Easy play for Mauer at that point. He knows it too. You can see him.
So one out here in the 6th inning. We got Jose Lopez about to stand in. He's 0 for 2. Lopez with a ground out to short. Fly out to center. Again, look at Liriano. He got out of the bases loaded jam in the 3rd, retired the side in order in the 4th, stranded 2 runners in the 5th, so that had to build some confidence in him. He's got it going on right now. That's a foul ball.
Mauer, he's a good athlete.
Isn't he? Big kid, 6'5". Seen back-to-back. Big catcher. Mauer 6'5". We saw Matt Wieters a few days ago. We'll see him again in Baltimore next Tuesday. This kid's an extraordinary hitter.
Right there with that little number that Lopez hit out in front of the plate. They took 2 steps and Maurer was out in front of him.
Two and two. Nice kid too. Really good kid. It's a good group of guys in the Twins clubhouse. 2 and 2. Broken bat fly ball short right field. Kubel coming in. How about the range by Casilla? My goodness, he was out there quickly. 2 down. Tomorrow afternoon, the Mariners and Twins meet on Salute to Latin American Baseball Day. We're going to honor many of the great contributions that Latin Americans have made in baseball, and the Mariners are going to wear special Marineros uniforms. Pre-game festivities begin at 12:30, including a first pitch by Edgar Martinez. Visit Mariners.com for your tickets. Come on out. Quick 2 outs in the 6th. Here's Ballantine. Strikeout and fly out to left tonight. Down the line, that's a fair ball. Out of the box quickly is Ballantine. Getting over quickly is Span. Has some problems.
I think he dropped it in the stands.
But getting down there, third base umpiring with Campos. 2-base hit.
Take a look at it. Ballantine hits it right down the line and busts it out of the box right away. Span plays left field a lot like Indy Chavez does. He covers a lot of ground, and he has a very strong arm. He can really throw out there.
Came out of his glove, went into the stands. 2-out opportunity, RBI. No fan interference. Lucky break. Gets an easy souvenir. Rob Johnson has not put the ball in play tonight. He struck out on a 3-2 pitch, a 9-pitch at bat, and struck out on a 2-2 pitch in the 4th.
And the Mariners so far tonight are 0 for 3 with men in scoring position. Get a clutch base hit with the way Felix throwing the baseball tonight. He doesn't need too many runs, I think.
Mariners have been out hit 6-3.
And with the off day yesterday, the bullpen should be rested, feeling pretty good.
Way outside. We're going to go out and talk to Liriano. 1-1 to Rob Johnson. 2 outs here in the 6th. Look at Liriano's pitch count. Mariners let him off the hook. 11 pitches in 4th inning. Matsu enjoying a day of fishing yesterday. Enjoying the day off. Valentine's a runner at second. Vladimir with his 10th double this year. The 1-1 to Johnson. That's a ball, 2-1. Here's what Rob has done with runners in scoring position. That's what ball club has done, I should say. 2-1. To left field and playable for Span. And that's going to do it for the Mariners. So they get Ballantine to second. He gets no farther. A 1-1 game here at Safeco.
Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Locked up 1-1. The Twins and the Mariners, first of 3 in this weekend series. And then the Mariners get back on the road. Baltimore, Colorado, and San Diego coming up. Felix Hernandez, a run on 6 hits, struck out 6, walked 3. He's stranded 2, 4, 6, 8 Twins so far tonight. Top of the order, Denard Span, followed by Joe Mauer and Justin Morneau. Strike 1 to Span.
So far, Felix with 96 pitches in the game. Sean White getting loose out in the Mariner pen.
Felix's high pitch count. His last outing, he threw 113. There's a no decision, 6 2/3 at the Angels. That was last Saturday. There's his pitch count. Span 0 for 2 with a sacrifice this evening. He's developed into a really good player. And another body shot to Rob Johnson. Man, he took one off the, I think it was the left leg early in the game. He just took one off the chest here. Seen him, his left ankle get eaten alive on a couple balls he's fouled off down there. He has had a heck of a week. 2 strikes. Jerry White has to be nimble at the first base box. Good player with Montreal during his day.
I think maybe Liriano is finished for the night. Jesse Crane continues to throw out in Minnesota's bullpen.
Liriano's tossed 101 pitches. 1-2. Fouled again. Mariners coming off taking 2 out of 3 from the Baltimore Orioles. Minnesota took 2 out of 3 from Cleveland back in Minnesota. A very brief homestand. This road trip here, Oakland and the White Sox before they get a day off on the 15th. There's a called strike 3. Span is gone. 7th strikeout by Felix Hernandez. 1 out here in the 7th inning. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, being brought to you by Sleep Country USA. A road trip ahead. Baltimore, where there's a lot of rain on the East Coast right now. Colorado and San Diego before we come home and more interleague play with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
The way the Mariners schedule sets up for the rest of this month, you'd think that I'd like to see them get hot, take care of Baltimore, San Diego, Colorado, teams that have really struggled. I'd like to see them get hot with the bats because their pitching has been pretty solid so far, and take advantage of maybe getting some wins off a schedule that really, I think, is in their favor at this point.
1-1 to Mauer. Yeah, you look at a Colorado ball club that's starting today 11 games under 500. San Diego's 3 under. Baltimore 6 under 500.
How's Arizona doing?
Arizona is 8 under starting today.
Yeah.
Well, that's a terrific opportunity, no question. Off the fist of Mauer. Beltre gives chase. He's got no play. Yeah, you come out of that stretch, Mike. That's a really good point. Then you're into that, hey, you never know territory. You start mounting some wins against these guys.
Well, yeah, and the biggest thing is, as we talked about earlier, is when the clubs went to Baltimore last year. Remember, we had the same discussion, and it went exactly the opposite. So hopefully this year, and I think they have a chance to do that because I think the pitching's much better.
Nice scoop by Lopez. Throws out Mauer, 2 down. Yeah, a lot better. Remember, that's right, because last year was lose 2 out of 3 here, won 2 out of 3 here, and then go to Baltimore, lose 4. You know, and you're going in feeling good about the ball club, everything, and then Felix pitches a beautiful game. I think the first or second night in the bullpen gave it up.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I think that their pitching is in a lot better shape this year than it was last year. So I think the results will be better, but they're still going to have to score some runs and swing the bats. And you look at the club, Adrian's starting to hit the ball better. That'll certainly help.
Here's Morneau. Pitching depth is better. 2 outs in the 7th. And one of these games are going to score 12 runs in a game for Jared Washburn. We're allowed to hope, right? I mean,
I was going to say, you sure about that?
I'm not putting any bank accounts on it, but at some point you'd like to think the baseball guys would cut him a break. It's beautiful baseball and very little to show for it. But 1-1 to Morneau. That leads in just about every offensive category. Good pitch for the Twins. There's a string on him. Look at Morneau's numbers, and pretty much across the board, he's their leader. Felix Hernandez with 7 strikeouts. He's walked 3, given up 6 hits. The pitch fouled off. Felix 6 2/3 under his belt. He went 6 2/3 his last outing, went 8 the outing before. The 2-2 to center field. Gutierrez is there, and Felix Hernandez has 7 in the books in a 1-1 ball game. He needs some runs. Cedeno, Gutierrez, and Ichiro coming up. Stretch being brought to you by the Washington State Department of Labor and Industries and the Washington State Building and Construction Trades Council, reminding you that if you work safe, you're home safe. Here at home at Safeco Field in Seattle, a 1-1 ball game, first of 3, a weekend set with these Minnesota Twins, second place in the American League Central Division, starting the day 2.5 behind Detroit. See the bottom of the order coming up here for the Mariners in the home 7th. Against Jesse Crane, and Crane is a guy that the Mariners beat back on Mother's Day in Minnesota, 5-3 decision. They wore him out with 4 runs in the 8th inning to come back and get that game. He gave up a base hit to Beltre, a base hit to Branyan, RBI to Ballantine, and they got him out of there, and the other 2 runs eventually scored as well. Ball 1 to Cedeno. Ronnie with a bounce out and a walk tonight.
Right-handers are hitting .214 off of Crane. High ERA for him. I've always liked him. I think pretty good, but ERA is a little bit high here, first third of the season.
Here's a 1-1 pitch. Foul out play. Liriano's book is closed. 6 innings. A run it was earned. 3 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. 101 pitches, 60 for strikes. 1-2 to Cedeno. Strike 3 called on a breaking ball. 1 down. Time now for the Banner Bank, building to the future. Big night for Adam Moore. 2 for 4, drove in 3. Nice batting average working for Tacoma. 323. Rainier's catcher. He is catching this evening as well. Here's Gutierrez with 1 out. He is 0 for 1 with the sacrifice, and that sacrifice tied him with Betancourt for the lead with 8.
He's the one that came up with the big hit on Wednesday night, hit a triple at the bottom of the 9th inning.
Bouncing ball to the shortstop Harris. 2 down. Certainly not a good rehab night here for Ryan Rowland-Smith down at Tacoma. 4 2/3 innings. 14 hits, 11 runs on 98 pitches. Ouch.
Well, the good news, they want to stretch him out to 100, so just a little bit short of that. You have to wonder, though, Dave, on something like that. I think Ryan felt like the rehab start before that was the one that was going to get him here, and then he had to go back down.
So Ron Gardenhire going to go to a lefty to pitch to Ichiro. Jesse Crane gets the first 2 outs of the 7th. It's 1-1 here at Safeco.
Welcoming Billy Ray Cyrus and his Achy Breaky Heart June 6th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com.
Back here at Safeco Field, pitching change in this 1-1 ball game. Jose Majares now to face Ichiro. Breaking ball for strike 1. Majares faced off against Ichiro back in Minnesota. That was on Sunday, May 10th. It was also the game 5-3 win by the Mariners where they beat Jesse Crane. He gave up a 2-run homer to Ken Griffey Jr. That was in the 8th inning. Ichiro right now still sitting on his 27-game hitting streak. Two balls and 1 strike.
And you can see where that last pitch was. Majares was not happy about the call at all. When he was stomping around, I doubt Jerry Davis, home plate umpire, is going to give him anything close now.
Yeah, about that, right?
They don't like to be where you go out and show them up.
Breaking ball, broken bat, ground ball, Casilla. Ichiro's hitting streak in extreme jeopardy here. This is the 7th inning. And he's got an 0 for 3 with a walk. Sean White will take over the pitching duties for the Mariners when we come back. Pace game here at Coors Light Freeze Camp. We take a look at Ichiro's best bid for a base hit tonight. Take you back to the 5th inning. And a nice play by Casilla. He gets Ichiro with plenty to spare. Good play by Alexi Casilla. That's our Coors Light Freeze Camp. New pitcher for the Mariners is Sean White, who has had an outstanding first couple of months. Felix Hernandez. This night in the books. Here's a look at what Sean White's profile looks like. He's 1-0. He's got 5 holds. ERA .165 and a .177 opponent's batting average against. He's got Kubel, Creedy, and Harris 4, 5, and 6 here for the Twins.
You can see that Don Wakamatsu just read those numbers, getting a lot of confidence in Sean. He's starting to pitch in games like this later in the game, tighter games. Give him an opportunity to continue to grow as a reliever, and he's done a nice job so far this year. Been really, really good.
It's a big spot right here with Kubel at the plate. Kubel at 6 RBI yesterday. Foul ball out of play. Kubel's numbers on the night. Young man born in South Dakota, lives in Southern California now. Pulls one. Branyan over to get it. White covering. Well done. That is a big out. One down here in the 8th. Take a look at the numbers for Felix Hernandez. He goes 7 strong innings. And he strikes out 7, walks 3. That's our Home Depot doing more on defense. Good stuff by Felix tonight.
He's starting to put a pretty good run of starts together for him. That's 4 strong ones in a row. 4 strong starts for Felix. Good stuff tonight. You saw a lot of those pitches, 94 to 97 miles an hour on his fastball. Good 2-seamer. Threw some really nice changeups tonight.
Felix takes his ERA from 3.41 to 3.22. 7-inning, 1-run performance tonight. Ball and a strike to Joe Creedy, who struck out his last 2 times. He was 0 for 3, grounded out to short as well. Starting off 1-2. We're talking about the confidence that Waka has shown in Sean White. You can see it in his body language. I mean, anymore now, you can just see the confidence brimming in this kid. Everything he throws with extreme confidence.
I think the biggest thing is at one point he was throwing a lot of sliders, Didn't seem like he wanted to throw his fastball. Now he's throwing a lot more fastballs, and I think we've seen his velocity go from 91. Now he's throwing 94 miles an hour. His arm strength is back up. He has good run on his fastball too. Nice two-seamer.
He fouls it off again.
Runs that one back in on his hands.
Sean White has pitched scoreless baseball over his last 12 outings. Span of 14 innings. 7 hits. That's dating back to May 12th. The 2-2. Freedy laid off at full count. It's 2 runs scored tonight. Mike Sweeney laid off home run in the second. Morneau answered with a sac fly in the third. That's been it. Now a 1-out walk to Joe Freedy.
It's like Tolbert's going to come out and run for him.
Freedy is done for the evening. Matt Tolbert off the bench to run. Felix Hernandez stranded 8 Twins runners. Mariners have stranded 6. Here's Harris. A couple of hits tonight. Tolbert's 2 for 2 in base stealing this season. One. Harris with a base hit to right, a strikeout, and a base hit to center. Harris now with a 9-game hitting streak. And tight. On a strike.
And we've already seen him hit the ball into right field. Pretty good sized hole over on the right side. Tolbert, seeing him run, he runs well. So going first to third. I would imagine with the way the Twins run the bases that they'll give it a shot if he gets a base hit into right field, even though Ichiro's out there.
1 out, 1 on, 1-1 pitch. Already tonight in your AOS scoreboard, Texas a winner, the Angels a winner. Texas without Josh Hamilton. Upwards possibly 2 months. Runner goes, swung on, there's a throw by Rob Johnson. It is into center field, but backed up by Gutierrez. Stolen base for Tolbert, his 3rd.
Well, it was a hit and run. Pitches inside, just ties Harris up. Not a good throw by Rob Johnson. Take a look at it. He knew he had a chance to throw him out. He knew it was a hit and run. He had a shot.
So his 3rd stolen base. Rob Johnson. 6 for 23 and throwing out base stealers. Ball and 2 strikes to Harris. Tolbert the lead run. He's at second base with 1 out. Fight's ready. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He's got him big. Strikeout. 2 outs here in the 8th.
Twins are now 0 for 5 with men in scoring position.
See if they can make it 0 for 6. Visit the official online shop of the Mariners at mariners.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps and t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your gear at mariners.com. Shop. Ryan Boucher. Strikeout, a walk, and a base hit. Counts it 1-1. Sean White can get out of this. Home eighth. It'll be 2, 3, 4 in the order. Brendan, Beltre, and Sweeney. First things first, though, is 1-1. The DH for the Twins, Brian Busher. Line drive. Lopez stays with it, keeps it in front. Here comes a run at the plate, and he is out. Nice recovery by Jose Lopez, and Rob Johnson takes the blow, and they get Tolbert at the plate. Wow. That could have really been a disaster. And Lopez stayed with it, made a strong throw. Rob Johnson got road graded, but he held on. We still got a 1-1 ball game here at Safeco. Seattle Mariners baseball on FSN is brought to you by Banner Bank. Better ideas, better banking. And by Money Tree. Visit moneytreeinc.com for a location near you. Money Tree, choices are good. We had a bang-bang play at the plate to end that top of the 8th inning. First play by Lopez and Rob Johnson. Here's Brandon to lead it off. Oh, he skies one. Short center field. Casilla, the second baseman, goes back and makes the catch.
Looked like Rob was sitting all over the first pitch breaking ball. You see the play at the plate. Tolbert never touches home plate, but Rob Johnson does a nice job of hanging on to it. You see the way he uses the two hands. The second hand he has basically just squeezing the glove to keep the baseball in there. Nice play. Nice play by Lopez too. He knocks it down, but to stay with it and be aware.
Ball was hit pretty well too. Ron Gardenhire making a pitching change. Wants a right-hander to pitch to Beltre. Scores tied at 1. ready for Mariners Water Bottle Day this Sunday when the Mariners meet the Twins in the finale of this series. All kids 14 and under take home a Mariners water bottle courtesy of Pepsi and QFC. Get those tickets. Tell mom and dad to get them at Mariners.com. One down here in the 8th. Matt Guerrero, right-hander, to face Adrian Beltre. And Beltre looks at a breaking ball down low. Beltre 3 for 8 with a home run against Matt Guerrero. One out here in the 8th. Beltre a walk, a strikeout, and a fly out this evening. Full big time on that one, 1-1.
Guerrero has a pretty good slider, good two-seam fastball, throws a lot of sinkers.
Here's the 1-1 to Beltre. Man looked bad on that one, 1-2. Guerrero is the 4th Minnesota pitcher this evening. His numbers not bad. Opponent's batting average 180. To center field. Coming in, not going to be able to get it. Gomez reacted to the big swing. Froze for a nanosecond, and that cost him. Probably, he's got great speed. He might not have gotten there anyway, but base hit for Beltre.
Absolutely right, Dave. It's big swing. It looked like he took a step backwards. Take a look at the swing by Beltre. Jams him. Like another fastball up in the zone. Even with Gomez's speed, he couldn't make up the difference as the ball falls in front of him for a base hit.
He's got tremendous speed.
He does.
I mean, he's upper echelon in terms of guys' outfield speed. Opportunity here for Sweeney. Fouls one off. Mike, a leadoff homer in the 2nd on a 1-0 pitch off of Liriano. That is the only run for the Mariners this evening.
The Mariners in the ballgame, just 4 hits.
One in the home run by Sweeney in the 2nd. He had a Branyan 3rd inning hit. Then you don't get another hit till a double by Ballantine in the 6th, and now Beltre in the 8th. One down in the Mariner 8th. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Matt Guerrero. That's out of Cleveland, Ohio. Lives in Birmingham, Alabama now. Sweeney gets time. The 0-2. Ball and a strike. The Mariners DH tonight, Mike Sweeney. Sweeney's home run tonight is first since going yard against the Twins in Minnesota back on May 9th. Ball and 2 strikes. Beltre at first. Bouncing ball, Creedy. Casilla for 1. For an 0 for 2. Double play around the horn. That was huge for Minnesota. 1-1 in the 9th coming up. Casilla found that big time in a double play that ended the Mariners' 8th inning. Here's Beltre going in real hard, and he got a piece of Casilla, but Casilla was able to complete the DP.
Casilla was fortunate that he was able to get his feet up out of the ground, jump in the air, because Adrian hit his left leg pretty hard. In big trouble if your spikes are still in the ground on a slide like that.
They bring in the DA, David Artsma, here in the 9th. 1-1 ball game. The Mariners are 14-11 in one-run games and 10-4 here at home. Record of David Artsma, 8 out of 9 in save opportunities. Opponents hitting just 174. He'll face 9, make that 8, 9, and 1. Gomez, Casilla, and Span here in the 9th. Ball 1. Big turnaround by the Mariners in one-run games from last year. Up high. Ball club was 18-30 in one-run games last year. 14-11 entering this one. There's a strike. Gomez got pretty upset a couple of days ago against Cleveland. Cliff Lee came up and in on him. They had to restrain him a couple of times. 2-1. Swing. 2-2.
Pretty amazing when you get those numbers out. 14-11, 25 games, almost half their games, one-run games. He threw that ball right by Gomez, really late on his swing.
He's come back to 2-2. Boy, he pumped that one in. 96. David Artsma has earned numbers like that. The closer's role. 8 out of 9 save opportunities. 2-2. Got him looking. One down.
Take a look at the last pitch. Just a fastball in the outside corner. I think Gomez thought maybe that pitch was down.
Who playing umpire is Jerry Davis. Jerry, the crew chief. There's Alexi Casilla. Couple of hits. One an infield hit. 2 for 3. Another young man who can really run. Followed by Denard Span.
I'd like to see Artsma retire these next 2 hitters in order, because after that we're back to it again with Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel.
Artsma starts out 2-0 with Casilla, switch hitter. Wakamatsu is going to have Lopez, Ballantine, and Johnson coming up in the bottom of the 9th.
Left-handed hitters available to him with Chavez and Griffey.
2-2.
See, Castillo is trying to take that ball out towards second base. Bunt it firmly, get it past Artsma, and just try to outrun the play.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Alexi Casilla. Souvenir caught cleanly by a fan upstairs. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. High heat, couldn't catch up. 2 down. That's a good pitch. Up in the zone. Couldn't do anything with it. Denard Span with 2 outs. Archman has missed on first pitches all three. Look at one of the ace closers in the game, Joe Nathan.
It's been 2-0 on all three hitters. And yet he's been able to come back and strike the other two guys out. See what he can do with Span.
Getting in some danger zone now. 3-0. Joe Mauer's on deck. Back with a strike. 3-1. To Denard Span. Fouled back, so he's battled back to 3-2.
A lot of fastballs up in the zone. Just punched out Castilla on a fastball that was high out of the strike zone.
And 10 strikeouts of Twins hitters. And not 11 on this one. And now 2 outs, runner on. It's going to bring up Joe Mauer. Take a look at the Comcast pitching matchups tomorrow. Nick Blackburn, Jared Washburn. Coming up on Sunday, Kevin Slowey against Eric Bedard. Bedard with an impressive 2.37 ERA among the league leaders. Right now, as dangerous a hitter as there is on the planet. Bedard 4th in ERA in the American League. Mauer tonight, flied out to center, walk, reaching on fielder's choice, and grounded out. Pitch to Big Joe. Fouled off. Mauer 2 for 2 against Archman. Rest assured, you know David knows that.
I like the first pitch. Good fastball inside to Mauer. Really is good about hitting the ball the other way, staying inside the baseball. He does a nice job. He hasn't popped that way, but
we've seen a couple back in Minnesota.
Yeah.
9 homers last year. He's got 12 already. And that's with missing a month. Span looked like he might have been leaning a little bit. Mauer gets set. Reasonable lead by Span. Inches out a little bit closer. Chase him back. Archman fell behind Gomez and Casilla. 2-0. Came back to get Gomez looking and Casilla swinging. Walk, Span, and now he's 0-1 to Joe Mauer. Runner goes. Throw by Rob Johnson. Got him! Oh, what a tag by Cedeno! He got the tag down on Span. How big is that? Wow! To the bottom of the 9th inning, Lopez, Valentin, and Rob Johnson coming up. Try to win it here in the 9th. the ninth, and a great play by Ronnie Cedeno with the catch and the tag on a one-hopper from Rob Johnson. What a play.
I think the hardest part was to hang on to the ball. Little short hop in there, and he picks it cleanly, but right when he was catching it, Span was sliding into him. Nice job of hanging on to the baseball.
Jose Lopez knows about late inning heroics. He'll go against Matt Guerrero. First pitch, swinging, drives one right field. Kubel back on the track. He's got room. 1 out. Lopez testing Matt Guerrero on one pitch.
Jose, typically, if he's going to hit the ball out of the ballpark, he's going to hit it to left field. That's a pretty good bolt for him to hit it up against the wall out to right.
I'll bring up Vladimir Valentin. Valentin 1 for 2 with the double. Here's what the Mariners have done this season in one-run games. More wins than anybody, after going 18-30 last year. Valentin has not cranked a home run since April 25th at the Angels.
How about it?
And he's got a 2-0 advantage right now against Matt Guerrero. He's 0 for 2 against him. See Valentin and Chavez, both of them getting a night off. The 2-0. He was thinking yard ball right there. 2-1.
Guessing fastball, didn't get it.
Mariners with just 4 hits tonight. Single and hits in the 2nd and 3rd, the 6th and the 8th. Big hit was the home run by Sweeney leading off the 2nd. The 2-1 fouled off. Vladimir Valentin 1 for 3 tonight.
I think Junior might be pinch hitting for Rob Johnson.
2-2. Bouncing ball to the shortstop Harris. Dug out by Morneau. 2 outs. So 2 outs, bottom 9. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Dave Sims and Mike Flowers with you. 9th inning action, 2 down, 1-1 ball game. Sweeney a leadoff homer in the 2nd. Justin Morneau a sac fly in the 3rd. The only scores. And we're going to play extra innings. Morneau, make that, Mauer has a beat on it. Inning over, a 1-2-3 9th. Extra frames we go here at Safeco. And Mark Lowe is going to come on and pitch. Danielle was our guest earlier in the ball game. Not a big summary. It's a Mike Sweeney leadoff homer on a 1-0 pitch second inning. 1-0 Mariners off of Francisco Liriano. Mike Sweeney's third home run, 11th RBI. Justin Morneau, third inning, 2-1 pitch against Felix Hernandez. That scores Carlos Gomez. 51st RBI for Morneau. 1-1 ball game. Here's Mark Blow, his 26th game. 4 holds. Opponent's hitting .279 against him. Twins are 2-3 in extra inning games, 0-2 on the road. Mariners are 4-2 in extra inning games, 3-1 here at home. Well, Joe Mauer, he'll lead it off. He was at the dish when Rob Johnson and Ronnie Cedeno were able to get Denard Span caught stealing to end the ninth. You got Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel. They're big bombers here in the 10th inning.
That's exactly the reason why they decided to run Span, even though Mauer was at the plate. You have a chance now. He comes back. He can lead this inning off. You see his numbers hitting over 400 this year. And as we know, for a catcher, he runs well.
Mariners catch a break here with extra frames. Ichiro 0 for 3 with a walk. His 27-game hitting streak was pretty much cooked. Now he's got a chance. He'll be the third man up in the 10th inning. 2-0 to Joe Mauer. Lowe goes 3-0.
The last pitch, pretty good pitch. You can see by the tracer. Certainly wasn't low on the corner. Good pitch.
You got Joe Nathan on the far side. And you got Ayala to the near side, warming up for the Twins. There's a strike, 3-1. Luis Ayala. There's Morneau. Very big pitch coming up right here for Mark Lowe. 3-1 to Joe Mauer. Out off. Three and 2 to Mauer, leading off the 10th inning. First and only trip to Seattle for the Minnesota Twins. Mariners were up Minneapolis twice. Going 3 and 4. 3-2 to Mauer. Left field, going deep. Back is Ballantine at the track. Can't make the catch. Mauer is in with a leadoff double.
Ball was hit well, but I also think it really fooled Ballantine out in left field. He knew it was hit well, so he goes straight back to the wall, but because it's the left-hand hitter, the ball starts slicing away from him, and he can't make up the difference on it. You see that last fastball right in the middle of the plate. Now all of a sudden he's trying to adjust to it and just can't get there.
Some slicing action too, and the wind is blowing out towards left field. They're going to put Morneau on. You got no bargain with Kubel either. The intentional pass to Morneau.
It'll be interesting to see how Gardenhire wants to play. You have Kubel, who's been swinging the bat well, coming in to the game tonight, hitting .322, but it's certainly a situation where you'd like to move the runners up with a bunt.
Keep this in mind. He's 3 for 4 against Mark Lowe.
Well, as I'm saying, it'll be interesting to see what he's going to do. And then after him, you have Tolbert, who came on the pinch run for Creedy. Switch hitter.
Kubel, a .349 hitter in this ballpark entering this season. Last year against the Mariners, he had .607. Those crazy numbers. First and second, nobody out. A 1-1 ball game.
Beltre's up on the cut of the grass at third.
Ball one. 3-2 pitch by Maurer, sliced in the left field for a double. Intentional walk to Morneau. Now Kubel 1-0. Drove in 6 yesterday.
Mark down 12 pitches, 9 balls, just 3 strikes.
He is nose deep into pickle juice now. 2-0. Big hack. Fouled off the mask of Rob Johnson. Batista getting ready quickly. Dangerous hitter. Hitters count it 2-1 with 2 on. To center field. Gutierrez, a long run. That ball slicing away. He's at the wall. He reaches up. Wow, he made the catch. What a play by Franklin Gutierrez, taking a home run away from Jason Kubel. Maurer tags on the play, 1 out, runners at the corners.
Typically late in a ball game, you'll have your outfielders playing a little bit deeper. Gutierrez typically doesn't. It's because he has the ability to get back on the ball in a hurry, and this is a great catch. It will move the runner up. Maurer will go to third, but he saves the ball game right there with just a tremendous effort.
Boy, he has such great awareness.
Oh, look at that. How did he hold on to that?
Oh, baby, he just got it, too. Great awareness of where he is on the field. He timed that jump. Beautiful.
Well, the main thing is he has great timing on his jumps. We've seen him do it a number of times. I don't know how he held on to that right in the heel of his glove. You would have thought hitting the wall like that would have jarred it loose, but he's able to hold on to it.
Especially only having half of it. Jeez. Here's Tolbert. Ball 1. Matt Tolbert, a pinch runner in the 8th inning, was thrown out at the plate by Jose Lopez. That is some catch. Mauer's at third, Morneau's at first. 1 down. Raiders have not turned a double play tonight. One would be worth its weight in gold right here. 1-1.
They're certainly playing back for the double play ball. Tolbert runs well.
And the Twins, they've seen Gutierrez make a great catch before. Remember the one in the opening series? He went from right center to left center with a layout Superman catch. And now this one. Rose ready. 1-1. Nothing going on with Maurer and Morneau. Look by Lowe. Pitch out. They got Maurer. They run him back. Beltre's got him. 2 down. Well done. The suicide squeeze was on and the Mariners beat it. 2 outs. That is a big out.
Don Wakamatsu. Yeah, Don Wakamatsu calls for the pitch out. Felt like something was going to happen, and perfect timing for it. See Rob Johnson coming out for the pitch out. Tolbert trying to reach out, just get a piece of it. Wow. Great
2
call.
outs now. Count is 1-2 to Matt Tolbert, with Morneau having moved from first to second. The 1-2 missed as he hits 100 miles an hour on the gun. Well, that is, we've had several defensive plays today as Lowe hits 100. And Cedeno in a great tag, great catch by Gutierrez, and now they beat the suicide squeeze. The 2-2 to Tolbert. Misses, full count. Boy, plenty for your entertainment dollar tonight in a 1-1 ball game. Three balls, 2 strikes. Outfield. Straight away, not deep for Tolbert. The pitch, line drive, left field. Ballantine retreats. He's back there. Oh, off the glove! Off the glove as Morneau scores. It's 2-1 Minnesota. E7.
It looked like Ballantine just drifted back on the ball. He didn't get back in a hurry. Ball really carried on him. Low throws hard, and Tolbert hits it on the barrel. But Ballantine goes back, and he still had a chance. Looks like it goes right off the top of his glove. It does. You can see him drifting back there and then having to reach back over his head and can't come up with the catch.
So 2 outs are 1 in. Runner at second. Now you know you're going to see Joe Nathan coming out of the pen for the Minnesota Twins as we look at Brendan Harris.
Wow.
And Joe Nathan has racked up some numbers against the Mariners this season. Endy Chavez, a great left fielder. Wonder what's going through his mind right now. Broken bat looper. Gutierrez coming in. He's got it. Work to do. Cedeno, Gutierrez, and Ichiro coming up. The Mariners down a run. This looked like it saved the game. At the point it did. 2-1 Twins. Close of a baseball game. Kubo with a drive to deep center field. Gutierrez makes the catch. Didn't have it all the way in the glove, but it's all that matters. Defensively, they get it done here. Guessing that the suicide squeeze would be on. So that's executed perfectly. You're just about out of the woods. And then Ballantine can't get a beat on this one. Can't make the catch off the glove. Scoring on the play, Morneau. And now you get Joe Nathan One of the premier closers in the game. He's got 10 saves in 12 opportunities. Opponents hitting 200. This will be the third time the Mariners have seen him. He's got 2 saves already, 3 innings, an ERA of 0.00 against the Mariners thus far this season. It'll be Cedeno, Gutierrez, and Ichiro with a chance for Ichiro. 27-game hitting streak on the line. Down low. Following a strike to Ronnie Cedeno. Ground out a walk and a strikeout looking. Joe Nathan has really had an outstanding career with the Minnesota Twins since coming over from the San Francisco Giants. Tipped into the glove. 1-2. Daniel 0 for 1 against Joe Nathan.
I wonder if there's something wrong with Chavez or Betancourt. I think leading this inning off, Cedeno struggling this year. You send Chavez up there and give him a chance to get on base.
2-2.
Yeah, there's Betancourt and Indy both.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Joe Nathan pitching to Ronnie Cedeno. The pitch. Bouncing ball foul. All Joe Nathan has done is run up. How about these totals since coming over to Minnesota in 04? His save totals 44, 43, 36, 37, and 39 saves.
Junior comes out on deck to hit for Gutierrez.
And Griffey Jr. roar out of the crowd here. 2-2 to Cedeno. Mariners 2-1. Fouled off as Cedeno continues the battle. Boy, it's amazing the sequence of emotions you go through in that 10th inning for the Mariners. That was amazing.
They ended up with a couple of great plays. It looks like they have a chance to get out of it.
2-2. Swing and a miss, and he's retired. 1 out. Well, Ken Griffey Jr. is going to be the pinch hitter. Junior on the season as a pinch hitter is 0 for 2 against Joe Nathan. Ken Griffey Jr. is 1 for 4. He'll pitch hit for Gutierrez. And you can hear the crowd. 35,808. 99% of them on their feet cheering Junior. Strike 1 from Joe Nathan. Ken Griffey Jr. has hit more home runs against the Twins than anybody that he's ever faced in Major League Baseball. A count of 42. Strike 2. He snapped one off in there. 0-2 to Junior. So Nathan's in charge right now.
See the trace or those pitches away from Junior. It's typical late in the ball game. Nathan a good closer. I think he'll mind giving up a base hit to left field. He just doesn't want to make a mistake on the inner half of the plate.
0-2 strikes. Junior hit a home run against the Twins. First game of the season, and I believe he got the second one. The second trip up to Minnesota. 1-run ball game. 1-2 to Ken Griffey Jr. 1 out. Bottom 10. The pitch. 2-2 as he misses outside. A lot packed into this 2-1 ball game. Big time confrontation here. The 2-2 to Junior. Close.
Really good pitch. Junior, nice job of laying off of that pitch.
A 3-2 to Griffey. Pinch hitting here in the 10th inning. Mariners down a run. One down in the home 10th. Nathan has the sign. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Popped up, playable. Mallers right there. 2 down. So now 2 outs. Game on the line and the hitting streak on the line. Ichiro sitting on 27 consecutive games with a base hit. That's a club record. Tonight, fly out to center, a walk, a ground out to second, and a ground out to second. And he's the Mariners' last hope with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th. First pitch. Down low for a ball. Ichiro's last homer was in Anaheim on May 31st. Sliced away, 1-1. Ichiro's numbers against Joe Nathan, 3 for 10. Mariners 2 games under 500. The Twins a game under 500. One and 1 Ichiro. Bouncing ball foul. 1-2. Now the Mariners down to their last strike, and Ichiro down to his last strike in terms of trying to get a hit, keep that hitting streak alive, trying to get to 28.
He has a couple of pitches so far. He's had a couple of pitches in the middle of the plate. They were down but centered in the middle of the plate, so he's had a chance to swing at some pretty good pitches for him.
Two outs, nobody on. Down a run, the 1-2 from Joe Nathan. Still alive. Ichiro trying to keep it going here. And a heck of a ball game. 2-1, 10th inning. 1-2 pitch from Nathan down low.
Well, there's a lot of room in the outfield grass. The Minnesota outfield playing really deep. All of them just in front of the warning track. Well, a little flare is probably going to fall in for him if he can get it to the outfield grass.
So Nathan going through his routine. Throw with good numbers on a 2-2 count. Here we go. 2-2 to Ichiro. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Twins win it 2-1. And Ichiro's hitting streak is done at 20.